Hello. So I am in my car. It's the first time I've gotten to sit in the back seat and chill for a minute. I'm yet again redoing my video for today because to put it bluntly, I'm a crazy person. And even though I do not have OCD, I do, have Tourette's. So, I move fast and am messy, and so often at times I redo things often, so I am redoing my video. I don't know if any of that makes sense, but that's how it works. Also look better than I did earlier when I was going into the doctor's office, but I could, my seats recline in the back. This is as far as they go back. It's not a terribly, it's not all the way back and stuff like the front does. But this is the seats in the back. You get to those by, pulling these up and stuff when you open the door that I just came in through, and there's a whole row and stuff. But yeah, these seats, they fold frontwards, and also the seats come up, you can pretty much take these seats out, both of them, and have all of this area open. So that's kind of cool. I had a friend when I was in high school, my friend Sarah Tillinghast. She had a Durango, and honestly, I have not been in a Durango or a Dodge since then. I've been in some trucks, but I have not been in any Dodge SUVs. So that's really funny. Also, it's not stipulated, they don't say this, but Chelsea is a very distant derivative of Sarah. That's the thing. That's where those names come from. Anyways, so totally nobody would say that, but if you drive everything from names having basis and stuff. I mean, the word Chelsea doesn't, but as a name, it's derived from Sarah. So yeah. Also am trying out an energy drink because I've been almost passing out all day yesterday and today, and I was trying to wait because I could tell my blood pressure was a little high. So no need to, and they did do blood work today too. Oh, ooh, what's that? Let's see. Ooh. It's got a hidden compartment that I didn't notice. Well, how about that? There's two of them, actually. That side does it too. Huh. I can keep my bricks in here. What's it look like? Oh, wow. Interesting. That's crazy. My CRV, which was my grandmother's before it was mine, latch back. Let's see. Watch my mechanical skills, and this pops a little bit. I'll take a look at that later. I don't think it was open that much, so I must have just did that. That's weird. Let's see if that's done like that. Yeah, that one's like that too. It must be how the thing is put in there. That's annoying. Yeah, I think they're not slid in there all the way. Alrighty, I'll have to take a look at that in a minute. But let's see. Okay then. Well, I guess that's what stuff doing, making the video is for, is to help me out. So I have not seen anything in the interior part of the car that would make, you know, something. Besides that, I just saw that. Ooh. But I need, I'm putting stuff in my car. I'm not moving into my car, but I definitely have stuff ready to go that is mobile stuff. Like, I have my extra orange blanket that I'm gonna sit here just in case for some reason I decided to chill in my car and need a blanket. I have a book bag that's specifically for, you know, what book bags are for and stuff. But yeah, I've been moving my stuff to mobile stuff, so I'm like I've got yeah, a Grubhub bag, because do Grubhub and stuff, but it's got like my emergency kit stuff in it for my car, and I have not had it in a car like that come out of the 2007 Ford Focus last year when it got totaled. So I've got my stuff in a car again. So that's awesome. It's funny enough, this thing comes with a CD player. I've actually got CDs. I can't imagine pulling them out and listening to them in the car. Oh, because I mean, I've listened to them a little bit over the years with my computers and stuff, especially when I was like in my early 20s, but I literally have had all those CDs since I was a teenager. And I don't really, they're funny. But I've got me, I ordered a mount for it, a phone mount, for the dash, so I'm excited about that. I remember when I first bought a phone mount many years ago, probably like 15 years ago. I went through like 3 or 4 of them before I found one that worked. Like, they had just really hit the market for like and being popular and stuff. Smartphones, you know, hadn't been out a ton. Like, I actually started working at Domino's before cell phones. Like, we had cell phones, like, actually, yeah, it was before cell phones, because I think it was the next year. No, it wasn't completely before cell phones. Like, I had a prepaid, I had a phone when I was in high school. It just wasn't something that I used. Like, I kept it, you know, put up and stuff. And I had 2. I had one that was, Virgin Mobile was out that long. Like, my first phone was a Virgin Mobile prepaid phone. I got it for Christmas. And then, I had one that was on, like, the family plan. One of those Motorola flip phones, Razr things. So, of course, we had, like, literally 300 minutes a month. And my brother usually, because, you know, was like, hey, this ain't you sit and talk to his friends and use all the minutes up, because he didn't drive. I drove him everywhere, so, like, what's he need it for? But yeah, I just you know, I noticed this, of course, but, like, I really, like, hit me earlier today. I was like, I have tinted windows. And I really like that, because, I mean, it does have a lot of space in the back and stuff. And so, like, you know, I can sit back here and do stuff, and, you know, as what I'm doing, and it not be super crazy. I have spent a tremendous amount of time in cars, in my life, not just working, but when I was young. I had 3 different houses that I lived at. I had my mom's house, my dad's house, and my grandparents' house. And then we also had, you know, vacation places and stuff. So, but, like, I spent, you know, a tremendous amount of time in vehicles, and in other people's vehicles and stuff, like, but my family, like, my parents didn't ever have SUVs. My mom did have a van, because there was, 5 of us sometimes, and yeah, there was 5 of us kids, 7 including parents. But so yeah, we had a van. We didn't do too many trips because of Niecy, but we did, go to Tennessee and Georgia a couple times and stuff. And we never, like, I think I've been in a restaurant with my mom probably 2 times in my life. Unfortunately, as it's a really super depressing thing, actually. But yeah, well, I think if that, like, I don't know that I've even ever, like, that was yeah. Like we did not do, things were different for me growing up just because of that. There's other reasons, like my own, issues and stuff. So, like, when I started, was kind of out on my own at 15 and stuff, like going to school in the morning, I would always get breakfast and stuff, and it was so hard and weird for me to order food all the time. Like I said, I drove, and I'd take my brother to school, and then I would come to Greenville, and that was before I moved over to Wren, but yeah, I enjoy being in this vehicle more so than I have. Actually, this is my favorite vehicle that I've ever owned. I really like the Ford Explorer, and I actually looked at one yesterday. It was white. It was white like this, and it had a white interior, which I'm a huge fan of. But it's also a Ford Explorer, and I kind of like don't have the money. Like, I have the money to get this fixed and stuff, because this is really similar to that, but I don't really have the money to, like, keep a Ford Explorer up. If I were to have gotten a Ford Explorer, I'd like it to have been a brand new model. Like, I would buy and drive a brand new Ford Explorer, but I would not, like, buy a used one that's like mid years. So if it was super old, I would have, but also am not in the market for a super old car. So it was like mid, my thing was I needed something with a backup camera. And then I was also like, I need something because I have back problems. And I covered both of those things. This is the most comfortable car that I've ever had, except for the Ford Explorer. And the only difference between the interior of this and the Ford Explorer is the Ford Explorer was bigger than this. So they're pretty giant cars. It actually might be this about the same size. I think the cabin was bigger, like a little, because it was like, it was older too. It's like a 2002, but the inside of it was like, oh yeah, it didn't have 3 rows of seats, so that was why it would have felt bigger. So yeah, but I really like the room in this car. It does remind me of a van. It reminds me of the van we had growing up, because it did have, 3 rows of seats in it. But it drives very smooth. It sounds really good, and I am very pleased. It's super, super comfortable. Nothing's like, there's some things I gotta have looked at mechanical wise, soon, but down the line, but nothing immediately. And that's kind of part of having a Dodge that's older. So I kind of know that, but also got it at a really good price. So it's like I just have to do it. Like I have the actually have the money to do that and stuff. I just this one, the interior of it is in perfect condition. So besides these little doorway things, I gotta get down there and look at that. Maybe it's not, the insert's not put in there all the way. It's got a bunch of, I like that it's got controls. I knew it was back there, but I haven't really got to sit back here and take a look at like all the heating and air and all the lights and stuff. They're all like individualized and whatnot. I'm like sitting out here listening to stuff, but it's got lights back there. It's got lights here. It's got like 8 airbags in it and stuff. And I'm definitely not a car salesman. So yay! I'm so excited. But this is a much more peaceful and calm video. Besides, before me going into my doctor's appointment, I did it earlier. And it was a good appointment. Everything went well. She even cracked a little jokey joke, even though I had like a pap smear done and stuff. So, but everything, like, you know, from the appointment, like, you know, they're checking for abnormal cells, that kind of thing. So I don't know how that goes, because that like has to be sent off. But everything went perfectly, like, well. In fact, not that anybody gives a shit, but I'm in the best health reproductively. I guess that's how that kind of works. Like, probably, I don't know. I am in the best health reproductively that I've been in my entire life. So that's awesome. I mean, who needs one more thing? You know, like, I definitely don't need any kind of reproductive pain or issues or anything like that. So, but no cyst that runs in my family. That's what it is. Like, no signs of cancer, you know. So that's great. Like, nothing. It's just scary. Even though it's, you know, technically easy, something easy to deal with, because you can just, you know, take that stuff out. You know, nobody wants to do anything like that. Pancreas is good. No signs of diabetes anymore, like, at all. Which is actually super shocking, because both of my parents went down that line. But they also both had soda addictions. Tea and soda. Still have the kidney stone apparently in there, but I do, you know, did start over about right when the hurricane, right after the hurricane. Like, I've been drinking tons. Like, I drink water, lots and lots of water. Because after that, for some reason, I got sick. The hurricane made me sick. I do have a neurological disorder, no matter what they try to say. Like, you know, the symptoms, how it comes out or anything, that's not really my problem. But, like, you know, because, like, hurricane made me very sick. And so, when that made me sick, and then I got, food poisoning right after it, because of, you know, the restaurants and stuff. Anyways, I started drinking tons of water, because that, apparently I got really dehydrated during all that. But, as you can see, like, talking about medical stuff, there is a well-known hospital in England called the Chelsea Hospital, named after the place Chelsea. Chelsea is also a football team and a hotel. So, also, you know, am super interested in medical stuff and how all that kind of stuff works together and how they treat not just like the science of stuff in general, but like the treatment part, like the social aspect of medicine and the practice. Yeah, I guess it's the practice, like the ethical side of it is actually really interesting to me. Um, so, oh, there's the babies, Dawn's grandchildren that live 2 houses down. They're so big. He was holding that one like last summer, I think it was, and now it's like up walking around. That's crazy. It's really neat watching that. He's got 2 daughters. And Grandma has Amanda has been pushing. I remember into last summer seeing her pushing the baby around and stuff. And I think his mom, I don't know if it's Amanda's mom or Don's mom, but Grandma is still alive too. And anyways, I ain't got enough to do if you can't tell. Or it might just be because I was raised by my grandparents and my grandmother used to drive me around and tell me everybody's business. So, but also I know not a lot of people watch these videos, so oh, that's the neighbor. And because I was like, they didn't come out of that house. Somebody else with the children. But yeah, I'm about to go sort through some more stuff, and bring a couple more things and put a couple more things outside here in the car and go visit some friends this evening. I'm tired, but it can't be helped. But that's why we're doing this peach drink. So hopefully that can do a little something. Because it is extraordinarily irritating, like the falling asleep, sitting around. It makes me feel like I'm being drugged down in the current in an ocean, which is interesting because, like I said, my name is Chelsea. So anyways, I hope everybody, I'm going to say this again because I said it in my earlier video, but now that I've deleted it, I hope I'm not bothering anybody. I hope I am not irritating anyone. I don't think anybody pays any much attention like that, you know. But whatever. It helps me sort through things, makes me not feel so alone. And I do actually have, you know, friends that enjoy my updates and my videos and stuff, so that's awesome. But I hope everybody has a good resting weekend or productive, whatever it is that, you know, y'all are going for and stuff. What is the date? I can't remember. Isn't it the 16th? Yeah. It's the 16th of January, 2026. So, hope everybody is doing well.